itong MBBE hindi apektado sa ekonomiya ng bansa. Why? Sapagkat we are shielded by the cheerful giving principles, which is the biblical economics here.
What's up at welcome sa Pochok Lock. Sa channel nito, may akong sumuri ng mga relo ng mga kilalang personalidad at magbigay sa inyo ng masabot kayang alternatibo. Dahil walang kaluhu-luho ang mga pastor na politiko dito sa Pilipinas, minabuti ko na sa video na ito, magbalik tanaw sa mga relo ng mga elected official na pastor. Una, Pastor Senator Joel Villanueva. Pangalawa, Pastor Congressman Eddie Villanueva. Pangatlo, Pastor Congressman Benny Abante. At pang-apat, bilang bonus, Pastor Apollo Kibuloy na sa kasamang palad ay hindi nagwagi bilang senador noong 2025. Bago po tayo magsimula, ikakavyat ko lang yung mga ipapakita kong clips dito or clips from previously released videos dito sa Pochok Lock. Kaya maaaring may konting difference na when it comes to the prices. Hindi na akong papaligoy-ligoy pa. Tara na! So, dito naman po sa image po na ito, ang kailangan nating tingnan sa relo ni Senator Joel Villanueva, yung hugis ng case, pati kung paano ito dumidikit doon sa bracelet niya. So, integrated bracelet style yan. Yung hugis po ng bezel, which is parang octagonal po, no, pag tinignan natin. And then the color of the dial. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, think of this is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, the 15510 ST. So, ang relo po na ito is a revered watch, no? Na-mention ko na in previous videos, but the Royal Oak has such rich history. Hindi yan lumang design. Medyo recent siya, no, compared to the overall timeline of watches. No pun intended. Kasi nung 1970s siya inintroduce. But as I mentioned in prior videos, no, I think it helped save the Swiss watchmaking industry. And this brand is part of the holy trinity of Swiss watchmakers alongside Vacheron Constantin and Patek Philippe. Although I would say, no, sa tatlo po na yan, probably yung Audemars Piguet po yung nasa gitna. Ang pinaka-desirable yung Patek Philippe. No? Pero talking about this watch specifically, I see it sell on the secondary market for up to 2.3 million pesos. So, medyo hard-hitting na po ang relo na ito ni Senator Joel Villanueva. But I really like that about this collection. Napaka-varied po, no, ng taste niya. So, when it comes to the alternative, dahil nga mahal na mahal yan, I selected a Filipino brand, no, in Chloe & Co. with their Alpesailor. So, ang relo po na ito, unang tingin nyo pa lang, malalaman nyo na kung bakit ko siya pinili. Una, yung sizing niya, malapit na malapit at 41 millimeters. Actually, identical on paper. Tapos yung integrated bracelet niya, the bezel shape, and the screws on the bezel, kuhang-kuha po, no? When it comes to the concession, compressor style diver talaga ito. So mapapansin nyo, dalawa yung crown niya. Yung isa po dyan is to operate the movement, and the other one is to operate the bezel inside the case of the watch, no? So, bukod po dyan, yung styling po ng indices are different. Dito po sa Alpesailor, makikita nyo yung Arabic numerals, whereas sa Royal Oak, makikita nyo parang stick markers ang ginagamit, no? And probably the level of finishing, it will be quite different, no? Pero ang relo po na ito, binibenta sa website ng Chloe & Co. for 24,800 pesos. This is a young Filipino brand, and kilala nyo naman po ako. Pag may pagkakataon po ako na sumuporta ng Filipino brand, susuportahan ko po sila. And that's no different in this specific case. Nire-recommenda ko po ang Alpesailor para sa mga enthusiasts na naghahanap ng Royal Oak but you're not willing to or not able to part with that much money. So dito po sa relo ni Brother Eddie Villanueva, ang kailangan po nating tingnan dyan, yung hugis ng case, tapos yung bracelet niya, which is looks like the oyster bracelet. Tapos tingnan natin yung bezel niya na smooth in appearance. Yung dial niya, which is kulay itim po. And then let's look at the dial, the 3, 6, and 9 markers na very evident. Tapos at the 12 o'clock position, meron pong inverted triangle. Just below the 12 o'clock marker, may makapansin nyo po, merong branding na sa tingin ko po, mukha po itong crown, no? And that's very fitting for Brother Eddie Villanueva. Tapos yung handset niya din at Pag tinignan po natin to, pati yung size niya, sa mga katangian niya, tingin ko this is our Rolex Explorer, reference 214270. So, ang Explorer po is one of Rolex's watches na I think isa sa mga pinaka-iconic. It's probably second to the Submariner. Pero in terms of recognition, the Explorer doesn't get all that much recognition dahil po sa simplicity ng relo na ito. And that's actually why I really love the Explorer One line of watches compared to other Rolex watches. It's because of that simplicity, but at the same time, meron pong history at heritage. Ang relo po na ito specifically, the 214270 at 39 millimeters, has been discontinued. Ang current version po ng Rolex Explorer ay 36 millimeters at 40 millimeters. And I think yung dalawang version po na yun together, they cover a broad range of wrist sizes. So, on the secondary market, ang relo po na ito, nakikita ko nabebenta for up to 550,000 pesos depending on the condition of the watch, pati kung kailan siya binili. Pero I think with that market value, talaga pong mapapatunayan natin na napakasimpleng tao po ni Brother Eddie Villanueva. But, syempre, marami pong mga Pilipino na out of reach po yung ganyang klaseng halaga, lalo na pagdating sa relo. Pero pumili po ako ng alternative na tingin ko manageable pero medyo mahal pa rin in the Hamilton Khaki Murph, specifically in 38mm. So ang Khaki Murph po, naging prop yan sa movie na Interstellar, no? And yung scene na yon is when Cooper was giving this watch to his daughter, which is yung pangalan niya, Murph po. So, dun sa movie na yon, yung size ng relo is 42mm. Na-release na actually ang relo na ito quite a few years back, no? Pero, nung nirelease po siya, true to the size in the movie, which is 42mm. And for a watch of this type, typically po, medyo malaki na ang 42mm. So, nagkaroon po ng clamor for a more manageable watch in terms of the size. At pinagbigyan po tayo ng Hamilton, nilabas po nilang Khaki Murph in 38mm. But that time, it came with a black leather strap. At maganda, sumikat na po agad yung relo at that point. Pero may mga enthusiast pa rin na naghahanap ng bracelet sa watch na ito, no? So, pinagbigyan din po ng Hamilton yan. And so, we have this watch, which nagtanong po ako sa mga stores dito sa Pilipinas. It can be sold for around 50,000 pesos at retail. Ang Hamilton Khaki Murph po, napaka-flexible ng relo na ito. It can work in many occasions. I think, like the Explorer, no, this is a very good go anywhere, do anything type of watch. Pwede pong bibili kayo ng relo at hindi na kayo bibili ng ibang relo. Yung Explorer lang, pati yung Khaki Murph. But in this specific case, mas gusto ko yung sizing ng Hamilton Khaki Murph. So there are attributes here na mas maganda sa Khaki Murph. And that's why I think the Hamilton Khaki Murph, kapag naghahanap pa lang po kayo ng relo na pangmatagalan, timeless style, unmistakably, magandang choice po ang Hamilton Khaki Murph in 38mm. Dito naman sa relo ni Congressman Benny Abante, we have to cite our source this time around, and I will cite Tribune.net. Sabi ng Tribune.net.ph, ang relo nito ay isang Richard Mille RM11-03. Look, you all know how much I am not a fan of Richard Mille, but not necessarily the designs themselves, but more on the price. So, Richard Mille watches are ultra luxury products, and I was actually thinking the other day that para sa inyo na mga nakapanood ng Art of Sarah, yung atake ng Brandon na Dubois is actually very similar to how Richard Mille did it. So they came out with these products that are super overpriced for what they are, even comparing it to Swiss juggernauts like Patek Philippe and Vacheron Constantin and Audemars Piguet. So they stepped into the market, sold their watches at a really high price, and you know, they had created this image na hindi ka nila bebentahan kung ordinaryo ka lang na tao. And I am really not a fan of that approach. I usually associate luxury, and the traditional meaning of luxury always has something to do with luxury and exclusivity. But Richard Mille, I think, went all in on the exclusivity, and that allowed them to be very desirable. And I think it's an approach that I can understand and I can appreciate from a business perspective, but it's not something that makes me excited personally. And so you look at someone like Congressman Pastor Benny Abante, who, you know, puts people on trial, but he's wearing Richard Milles. Kung tama ang source natin, syempre. So, ang relo na ito, on the secondary market, it sells for up to 299,000 euros. In Philippine pesos, yan ay nasa mga 21.7 million pesos. Plus shipping, taxes, and duties pa, because you'll not be able to find this easily dito sa Pilipinas. Pero mukhang ito si Pastor may mga access sa mga ganyang mga klaseng seller. So, bibigyan natin sa kanya yan. But for the price, I think it's just not worth it. So, alternative-wise, dahil nga hindi worth it, I always recommend this brand called Tsar Bomba with the Elemental Calendar. I'll put the reference here para madali nyong ma-look up ang relo na ito, and I've also put the link in the description. But basically, it's easy to understand, I think, why I am recommending this watch. You look at them side by side on your screens right now, and I think it's going to be obvious why I'm recommending this. In terms of the concessions, the movement of this watch is a quartz movement as opposed to the mechanical movement on the Richard Mille. And the materials here might not be as bespoke as the Richard Mille watch. But let's be honest here, Richard Mille doesn't really use materials that are all that unique. This watch, the Tsar Bomba, sabi ko nga, I think visually it looks really close. And you look at the price of this watch, 13,500 pesos. And plus shipping, taxes, and duties pa kasi this will come from abroad. So you would have to import it. But you're getting into a design na medyo divisive. So there are a lot of people who are just brought in by hype. And this is actually an opportunity for you to try out the design and at a low price point. And then go from there. Evaluate whether you love the design or not. And so that's why I think Tsar Bomba is a good entry point into this design for you to understand it first and see for yourself whether it works for you. Dito po tayo kay Kojic leader, no? Pastor Apollo Kibuloy. Ang kailangan po nating tingnan dito, yung kulay po ng case niya na parang rose gold tone po. And then you look at the upper left portion of the dial, parang may makikita kayong pattern, no? Parang butas po siya or skeletonized. Bukod po dyan, at the 6 o'clock and 9 positions, meron pong sub-dials at meron pong pushers sa gilid nung case, no? Beside the crown. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko this is a Zenith, no? The El Primero Chronomaster Open Grande Date Moon and Sun Phase. Ang relo po na ito, medyo malaki po ang sukat at 45 mm. At tingin ko po yan ay dahil sa maraming display sa dial na ito. So, mapapansin nyo, ang relo po na ito, ito ang tinatawag na open heart, wherein nakikita nyo po yung kalamnan ng relo, but only a specific portion of the watch. No? Mapapansin nyo po, yung date niya, malaki din ang display at meron pang moon and sun phase. Kaya kung mahalaga po sa inyo na malaman nyo kung anong itsura ng buwan pagsapit ng gabi, maganda po ang relo na ito. So, ang Zenith po, na-mention ko na before, especially the El Primero range, magkadikit po ang history nito sa history ng Daytona. Although mas sumikat yung Daytona, ang Daytona in fact used El Primero movements at a certain point po, no, in their history for specific references. So ang relo po na ito has already been discontinued, but on the secondary market nakikita ko po yan ng hanggang $20,000. Yan po ay nasa mga 1.17 million pesos plus shipping, taxes, and duties pa, kasi wala ako nakikita na equivalent nito sa Philippine market. So, when it comes to the alternative, ang napili ko po ay ang Seagull 1963, the bronze version in the 38 millimeter size, no. So, ang Seagull po is a Chinese brand, although nung ginawa po ang brand na ito nung 1955 sa Tianjin, no. They at some point bought a Swiss movement, no, the Venus movement, if I'm not mistaken. They used that as the basis po ng kanilang mga Seagull na movements. At ang Seagull na movement po, kilala po yan pagdating sa paggawa ng mga affordable mechanical chronographs. Kasi ang chronograph po, no, na-mention ko na in prior videos, ang key functionality po niyan, timer, at normally 2 or 3 ang sub-dial. At mahirap po at mahal gawin ang movement na yan. Yung mga entry level po na mechanical chronograph movements outside of the Seagull movement, sobrang mahal na po. No? Pero ang relo po na ito, kaya ako napili dahil sa kulay ng case niya, bronze. Hindi siya rose gold katulad nung sa Zenith ni Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, no? Pero I think it's close enough para ma-achieve nyo yung look na ganun. Bukod po dyan, chronograph ito, tapos visible din yung movement sa likod ng relo, no? And it's something na, lalo kung bago pa lang po kayo sa mechanical watches, ma-appreciate nyo kung paano nag-work. And there's beauty in that, although hindi po siya super well finished katulad ng mga high-end na mga models. I think it's good enough. So, ang relo po na ito, normally sells for 29,200 pesos on Seagull's website. Link in the description. Pero I think on sale po yan. No? So, less 2,000 pesos pa kung bibilhin nyo po ngayon. Word of caution lang po sa relo na ito. As far as I know, disposable po yung movement sa loob kasi mas mahal pa na ipagawa ito sa watchmaker kumpara sa bumili na lang kayo ng panibagong movement, no? Kaya, kung bibili nyo po ang relo na ito, if you don't really need the chronograph functionality, I suggest na hinay-hinay lang po sa paggamit. Ayun! Nakakita na tayo ng mga relo ng mga simple nating mga pastor na elected official. At sa lahat ng mga relo na tiningnan natin sa video na ito, pinaka-paborito ko dyan, the Rolex Explorer. This is a Gada watch and I really love the flexibility and I really love the look of the Explorer. It's my favorite design in Rolex's lineup. At doon naman tayo sa alternatives. Pinaka-paborito ko doon, the alternative to the Explorer, the Hamilton Khaki Murph in 38mm for similar reasons and just the fact as well that I am a fan of the movie Interstellar. Pero opinion ko lang yan. Kung ibang inyong opinion, kung tingin nyo meron pang ibang relo na mas angkop bilang alternative, let me know in the comment section down below. Kung nagustuhan nyo ang video na ito, please hit the like button at kung trip nyo yung ganitong klaseng content, watch reviews, pagsuri sa mga relo ng mga kilalang personalidad, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat sa oras ng panonood. Later, yo!